We made our first attempt to go to Panama Canal, and to get to Panama Canal there are two ways of doing it depending on where you're staying. You can either take a metro or you can take an Uber. Uber will cost you about $6 to $8 depending on your location, but taking a train and the metro will cost you at most $1 one way or less. To be able to use the train and the metro system, you have to buy the card that you load money on. So the first thing, you buy the card for $2 and then you load the transport money on it. Of course, we had to learn the ropes. Thanks to a good Samaritan who came to our rescue. We are done. We've got our card and we've got it loaded, and now we're heading to the train. So from where we are staying, we'll take a train and go all the way to the main train station and the metro station called Albrook. And this place houses the biggest mall in Panama and the bus stop and train station. So we will be taking a bus from here to go to Panama Canal. That's the bus stop, and unfortunately it rained heavily. Whoa. Finally, we're here at Panama Canal. Welcome. So today we've made it to the correct Panama Canal, and we are at the Miraflores, which is the official tourist place to view the canal, and we're just going there.
Yep. $20 each, US dollars.
Yes. So after purchasing the ticket, the first place you go to is the museum, and this is where we just entered. The museum is 4 floors, and each floor showcases different things and history about Panama Canal. So the first floor, where we just come in, is where you see how the Panama Canal was constructed and the history behind it and all that happened around that time. We are now moving to second floor, and in second floor we get to see the animals of the ocean, the animals from the lakes, which are artificial lakes around the Panama Canal, and also the animals of Panama. Panama has a huge jungle. This right here is a very interesting exercise in the museum. It measures your body water content and matches that to a fact in the history of Panama. So those is 70% body water content, and that is the Panama Canal watershed is home for the 70% of mammal species in Panama. Let's see Wamoyo. Wamoyo is 78% body water content, and that is 98% of Panama voters voted for the canal. We are now on our way to third floor. And on third floor, we get to enter the dummy control room and get to experience almost real how the Panama Canal is controlled. We are currently on third floor, and third floor actually displays how, hold on. That floor displays how the Panama Canal is controlled. So this is a sample of the control room in the Panama Canal. Finally, on fourth floor, where we get to see more dummy vessels and machines displayed, and of course history made by people like Richard Halliburton, who crossed the Panama Canal by swimming. Wow. And then from here we get to go and see the vessels crossing the Panama Canal. So the vessels are usually scheduled either early morning by 9 or in the afternoon anytime between 2 and 3. So the one we are going to watch today crossing the Panama Canal is scheduled for 3 o'clock. But before then, we get displays like this one where we watch one of the locks opening. Oh, and we even get to watch it closing after this.
On my timeline. Saw your picture on my timeline.
So timekeeping is an important factor at Panama Canal, and just before 3 o'clock we got to sight the first vessel, which is a passengers cruise, and they are crossing the Panama Canal. Just where I want to be. Yes. So that vessel will cross over that lock, and they will go down that way into the Pacific Ocean. You can see right at the back we have the bigger vessel coming, and so we'll be having two vessels cross at the same time. Front one is a passenger one, and the behind one is a cargo vessel. So if you noticed earlier in the video, there was a lot of water on the side the vessels were coming from, and very little water or low waters on the side the vessels are going, which is the Pacific Ocean. So what has been happening here is that they have been draining the water to lower the vessels, to the same water level as the Pacific Ocean and open the locks so that the vessels can sail through and join the Pacific Ocean. The reason Panama Canal was built was to connect the two oceans, which is the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean. And because of the mountains in between, they built the canal to help the vessels go up and down the mountains. So basically what happens here, it's like the vessels climb up a staircase and come down a staircase from one ocean to another ocean. And finally, the vessel has crossed to the other side and it's now in the Pacific Ocean. We have enjoyed our time at Panama Canal and we think it is worth your time in dollar.